Hi, this is Beatrice with Baked Deco, and today I want to talk about the basics of buttercream piping tips. A piping tip is a plastic or metal nozzle which is made to be placed at the end of a coupler and then placed onto a pastry bag. When you squeeze buttercream through these nozzles, they create unique shapes depending on the design that you've chosen to use. So there are so many different kinds of piping tips. It might be intimidating to someone just starting out. There's many different shapes and sizes, but today we're just gonna focus on the most commonly used tips by bakers. So here on this board, I have some piping tips, as well as an example of each design that they can create. So our first piping tip, which is the most commonly used, is a round tip, and these come in different sizes. These are typically used to create lines, intricate designs and detailing. You can do dots, and even small borders, but it's typically used for writing. So happy birthday or names are typically done with a round tip, a small round tip. Next, we have the leaf tips. So we have two different kinds of leaf tips. One has a triangle shaped cutout, and the other one has a little groove which creates a vein in your leaf. And these are examples of the two different kinds of leaves that you can achieve with these two tips. Next, we have our petal tip or rose tip. And this is used to create different petals, different flowers, and different borders. You can also create ruffles as a border. This tip also comes in different sizes. Next, we have our closed star tip. And this is used to create different kinds of shells and borders. You can also do kisses or stars with this tip. And we have two different kinds of star tips. We have open star tips and closed star tips. This is an example of an open star tip, which creates a similar design to the closed star tip because of the teeth that it has at the end of the tip. So for this tip, you can use it to create different shells and borders, as well as different stars and kisses. And here we have a drop flower tip. And this looks similar to a closed star tip, but it has a little piece of metal right in the center, and that's used to create space in the middle of the flower. So you can create small flowers with this, and then you can take a round tip and just fill in the center, or you can create ruffle stars and borders. And lastly, we have a grass tip. So grass tip is used to mimic grass. So if you want to create some kind of landscape on your cake, you can use the grass tip. This is also commonly used to create fur. So you can use this to create the fur of a Disney character or some kind of animal, and you can just change the color and it actually looks like fur. So there are so many different kinds of tips. So a great way to keep organized is to invest in a tip organizer. So if you buy yourself a set, a lot of these come with tip organizers. We have these at Baked Deco. You can check out our website, bakeddeco.com. And these are great because you're able to organize your tips. And when you're ready to decorate, all you have to do is open it up, look at the tips, and then when you see the tip that you want, you just grab it and go. So instead of searching through a whole box of tips, you have them right here organized. So I definitely recommend investing into a tip organizer. Another unique way to use your tips, and a lot of bakers do this, is if you have to create a small circle, out of fondant, you can use this as a cutter. I know that my circle cutters are not as small as these tips. So if you can use the end piece or the larger side. So if you want to make a very small circle, you can even use this to create the small little dots with your fondant. We generally covered the basics of the most commonly used piping tips. These are also the easiest to learn. There are so many other designs and tips that you can learn as well. And we have all of these available on our website at bakeddeco.com. So we hope you enjoyed this video. And if you would like to see more content like this, make sure you like and subscribe for more. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Baked Deco for more tutorials like this.